The following training is sponsored by the Nioga Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. I am here with another book you can get from your local libraries. And this one, as you can see here, is called Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When the Stakes Are High. And this has been written by 4 authors, Kerry, Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler. I will be referring to them as the authors quite a bit through this, and as you can see right here on the screen, you can use your library card, go to your local library, and request Crucial Conversations from the Nioga Library System or your local library. Take a look around. You never know what might be there. So I gotta start this off here in the yellow by saying none of what I'm about to present is easy, quick, or even painless. It's a great way to introduce the video, isn't it? I do hope to give you a starting point here as the authors have done in a fantastic way and much more in depth in their book. Please request that book, read it for yourself. I do plan on completing a couple of more videos on the chapters in the book, just encapsulating those and whetting your appetite for more. So the links for Crucial Conversations, as well as the other one for Verbal Judo, you can see it here on the screen, and the links will be in the description below. Let's go ahead and get started. The authors define crucial conversations as a discussion between 2 or more people where the stakes are high, opinions vary, and emotions run strong. This is their actual rubric or graphic for it, and this was actually taken from, you can see the website here, ASU Events. So I like it because it is a pyramid. It's almost circular in that opposing opinions, strong emotions, and high stakes all occupy the same amount of geographic area on the image. No one seems to be more important than the other. They're just there. On page 4, the authors go into, as you can see here, typical ways of handling the situations. You can avoid it altogether. You can face them and handle them very, very poorly, messily, which a lot of us do. Or you can be one of the big influencers. You can be one of those people who actually face these crucial conversations and handle them well and have good success with them. And of course, those are the examples and the people that they look at. The authors decided to begin their research on the topic of effective people. They polled people at different workplaces, and the authors say they've polled over 20,000 people over 25 years at all different places of work, asking who's the most influential person here. Then they compiled all the names in lists from each of those organizations, and they shadowed the people who showed up on the list most often. So they go on to name specific examples, and there's one person named Kevin. So just as an example, the name Kevin would come up in whatever this organization is. Multiple people would name Kevin as an influential person. And so they'd go, "Hey, Kevin, we want to shadow you." And Kevin would say, "Okay," and off they'd go. Right? So it didn't matter what position the person had. The researchers, the authors, then went and followed that person. So the authors, again here, as I said before, go on to name specific examples, and they named one person, Kevin. In a conversation with the CEO, Kevin addressed the matter that was in front of the team and played no games, pulled no punches. He didn't resort to silence like his colleagues, nor did he try to force his arguments on others. Somehow he managed to achieve absolute candor, but he did so in a way that showed deep respect for the CEO in this case. Wow, great! How do I do it? After years of research, it was found that people like Kevin were able to avoid what the authors have dubbed the fool's choice. They go on to say Kevin's contribution was not his insight. Almost everyone in the conversation could see what was happening was not going to be good. The conversation was going badly. The end decision was going to go badly as well. They knew, all of these people knew that they were allowing, at this point, the CEO to badger them into a particular choice they talk about in the book. But everyone besides Kevin believed they had to make a choice between two bad alternatives. This is what the authors have dubbed the fool's choice. Option 1, speak up and turn the most powerful person in the company into their sworn enemy. Or option 2, suffer in silence and make a bad decision that might ruin the company. Two bad alternatives. Nobody else but Kevin saw any way out. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. When Kevin took a breath and opened his mouth, his overriding question was, how can I be 100% honest and at the same time 100% respectful? Whew, tall order, but it is achievable. And now this is me talking. I've spoken about this many, many times in other videos. We are definitely all human, okay? We have our minds and we have our bodies. Each influences the other in drastic and profound ways. Simply a matter of missing lunch, having a lack of sleep, or having a poor sleep the night before. Just being tired or worn out from the day can drastically affect your mindset. I did also talk about Roger Bannister using his mind to overcome the 1950s belief of medical doctors. It was the belief in the 1950s that attempting to run a sub 4-minute mile would actually kill the person doing it. Of course, Roger Bannister broke the barrier and broke the record and set the precedent. And he did this as a medical student in 1954. So I have the video on that. I'll see if I can link it here. Okay. But that's running, you say. Well, that's physical. You know, okay, how does that apply to us? Okay. The authors go on to say, so I put the authors' quotes in green, or what they were saying. For many everyday routine tasks, the authors note that we're actually designed wrong, biologically speaking. Countless generations of genetic shaping drive humans to handle crucial conversations with flying fists or fleet feet, not intelligent persuasion and gentle attentiveness. Fight, flight, or freeze is very, very real, okay? Adrenaline courses through us when we're upset or angry, feeding the large muscles in our arms and our legs more blood, more oxygen for action, one way or the other. In turn, since we have a finite blood supply, the actual higher reasoning centers in our brain get less blood. Less blood, less oxygen to function, because when you're preparing to fight or to run, your body prepares for what it needs, and that's not your brain, not in the immediate sense, not to the body. Ugh. A deep breath can help. You literally feed yourself more oxygen, plus you get the added benefit of time, even if it's just 1 second. You might even produce that mirroring effect where the other person takes a deep breath too, and if so, that's even better. The authors talk last here about the skills required to master high-stakes interactions are quite easy to spot and moderately easy to learn. That was on page 28 of the book. The authors go into great detail in each chapter, and the chapters are titled Start with the Heart, Learn to Look, and Make It Safe. We are going to look at each of these in turn, and I hope you enjoy the series, and if you have other ideas, let me know. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye now.